There was practically no resistance at all from anybody in the Afghan capital, and surprisingly, the president, or maybe not surprisingly, has already left the country, saying just a couple of months ago in an interview in Der Spiegel that he would never leave Afghanistan and would remain and fight. Well, he's done neither of those two things and now flown out of the country. I think there are two events that have marked the Taliban and given them the enthusiasm, the impetus to know that they are capable of retaking the country without much of a fight against the Afghan forces. If you think back to September 2015, that is when the Taliban first captured Kunduz. Now, back in those days, the US were present. They held Kunduz for 2 weeks, but then the US kicked them out. Analysts are saying, well, if the US hadn't been in Afghanistan at that time, that may have provoked the domino effect that we've seen over the past week, and the Taliban may have been able to be strong enough back in those days to take power in the country. Of course, that didn't happen, but that gave them the idea that maybe if the Americans weren't there, or if there was a change of situation, they were in a dominant position to be able to take back power. Now, fast forward to the negotiations with the United States, the peace negotiations on the withdrawal of US troops in exchange for talks between the Taliban and the Afghan government and the release of Afghan prisoners. The Afghans the Taliban knew during those talks that the final hurdle that they were facing, the military hurdle, was the withdrawal of US troops. And therefore, once those US troops had gone, face to face with the Afghan forces, which were demoralized, they were badly equipped, badly advised, they would be in a more dominant position, even though the Afghan forces were much more numerous than the Taliban were. And I think that the fact that the US troops went made the Taliban realize that they had a new strategy to bring into operation and to try to capture as many provincial capitals as they could. And we saw the result over the past 7 days. Those provincial capitals fell like dominoes, and the Taliban have now entered the capital, Kabul, and they're now in control of the country.